don't want anyone else to ever have to experience this. Those are the words that I said to myself after I hung up the phone, after speaking with the president of my company. I felt relief literally wash over me. I felt frustrated. I felt sadness. I felt grief. But I also felt very determined. My experience with discrimination in the corporate workplace was pretty common. It included all of the regular stuff we all know about. The menu of negative feedback, but no coaching or no opportunities for improvement, colleagues and team members being copied inappropriately, sexist statements, ignoring emails, people not wanting to meet with you, very passive aggressive. But what's really interesting about my situation, and some of you may have experienced this, all of these little actions that were going on by my manager at the time had nothing to do with my performance. By all objective measurements at my organization, I was performing, and performing at a very high level. But here's what I can tell you. The impact of that situation was physically, mentally, emotionally draining. It was like being in an ocean and you're bleeding and you're surrounded by sharks and you're treading water and you're just trying to stay afloat. Anybody ever felt like that? Yeah. And the act of having to go to work every day, like all of you guys look great here, and I looked great too, but the act of having to go to work every day, pretend like everything was okay, was exhausting. Then you have to factor in the CYA, the documentation, and making sure at all times that my work was beyond reproach. I had more sleepless nights than I can count. I lost 20 pounds, and the stress was killing me. Probably like a lot of you guys, I was schooled my entire life on how to work hard, drive results, and strive for excellence. But what I wasn't schooled on was how do you manage a hostile workplace? What do you do when you're being treated differently? What do you do, or how do you respond to a manager who's engaging in constructive discharge? My favorite legal term. I needed help. And what I also learned was that I needed to be able to ask for help. Anybody still need to learn that lesson about how to ask for help early? After 8 months, was that one of our panelists raising her hand? Okay. After 8 months in this environment, as you can imagine, I had enough. I pulled together my documentation, which was really critical. I had been in contact with our employee relations. I got together with my mentors, some of whom are here tonight, and I sent a letter to the highest level within my organization. And I requested immediate resolution. My words were clear, they were firm, and they were factual. And 1 week later, I got it. The corporate alley cat was born out of this experience, which happened many years ago. But I never forgot how I felt. I felt frustrated. I felt hopeless. I felt very isolated, and I was unsure of my every move. I know now that that situation could have been resolved many months earlier had I asked for help and had access to tools, resources, and experts to help me navigate the situation. I could have approached this experience from a position of strength and power instead of one of fear and uncertainty. So I wish I had a corporate alley cat back when I was going through my tough time. But I can tell you today that I am so proud that we have one now, so that we can help other people who are going through these experiences. So listen, I know that there are people here who came because they want to listen to our great panelists. But here's what I also know for a fact, and you don't have to acknowledge whether I'm right or wrong. There is somebody in this room who woke up this morning with chest pains, tightening in their chest, heart palpitations, dread, not knowing what's going on in their career, not knowing who to talk to, not knowing who you can trust. I know there's somebody else in here who is about to embark on some fabulous opportunities in corporate, but you need some help. You got that great big promotion, but now what? Who do I turn to for help? Who's going to be part of my support system? I know that there are some people here who are treading water, and you're just trying to keep your head afloat. I know you all look fabulous, but I know there's some other stuff that's going on under all of this fabulousness tonight, and that's what we're going to be talking about. My goal with the Corporate Alley Cat was to build a community. So I want you to think of this as a family. I've asked my panelists, I've given them specific instructions. I want you to talk to this group like you're talking to somebody that you care about. And so what does that mean? That means that you may hear some things that you don't like. We may ask you to consider doing some things differently. But what I want you to do tonight is I want you to take advantage of this opportunity. I don't want you to sit here quietly, just looking good. I want you to take advantage of this. I want you to ask questions, and I want you to get answers to the questions you need. I want you to do something different tonight. I want you to get scrappy. I want you to ask for what you need, because we got you here at the Corporate Alley Cat.